A rollercoaster ride of love. It was a rainy evening in the city when Sarah walked into the quaint little coffee shop. She was feeling down, having just gone through a breakup, and all she wanted was a hot cup of coffee and some peace and quiet. But then she saw him. Michael was sitting in a cozy corner of the shop, reading a book and sipping on his coffee. Sarah couldn't help but stare at him. He was tall, with dark hair and bright blue eyes that sparkled in the dim lighting of the coffee shop. When Michael noticed her looking, he smiled and motioned for her to come over. As they chatted and shared stories, Sarah felt like she had found a kindred spirit. Michael was funny, charming, and made her feel special. Sarah couldn't believe that she had just met this incredible person by chance. Sarah and Michael started dating, and it wasn't long before they fell deeply in love. They spent all their free time together, exploring the city, trying new restaurants, and taking romantic walks in the park. Michael made Sarah feel alive again, and she knew that she had found her soulmate. But their love was tested when Michael received a job offer in a different city. Sarah was devastated at the thought of losing him, but Michael promised that he would make it work. They decided to try a long-distance relationship, but it was harder than either of them had anticipated. The long-distance relationship took a toll on Sarah and Michael. They missed each other terribly, and the constant Skype calls and text messages were no substitute for being together. There were times when they felt lonely, misunderstood, and disconnected. Sarah started to doubt whether their love was strong enough to survive the distance. She wondered if she was being foolish to hold on to a relationship that was causing her so much pain. But every time she thought about giving up, she remembered how much she loved Michael and how much he loved her. Just when Sarah and Michael had started to settle into their long-distance routine, tragedy struck. Michael's mother passed away suddenly, and he was inconsolable. Sarah felt helpless, unable to be there for him in person. She could hear the pain in his voice over the phone, and it broke her heart. As Michael grieved, Sarah became his lifeline. She called him every day, listened to him cry, and offered words of comfort and support. It was during this difficult time that Sarah realized how much she loved Michael, and how much she wanted to be there for him through thick and thin. Months passed, and Sarah and Michael finally reunited in person. As they embraced at the airport, Sarah felt like the world had finally righted itself. Michael looked at her with tears in his eyes and said, "I love you, Sarah. I don't ever want to be away from you again." From that moment on, Sarah and Michael were inseparable. They moved in together and started building a life together. They faced challenges and struggles, but they always supported each other and never lost sight of their love for one another. Years later, Sarah and Michael got married in a small, intimate ceremony. As they exchanged vows, they knew that they had been through so much together, and that their love was stronger than ever. They walked off into the sunset, hand in hand, ready to face whatever the future held, as long as they were together. And that's it for today's story. We hope you enjoyed the journey and were completely absorbed in the world we created. If you loved the story, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon so you can stay up to date on our latest stories. We appreciate your support and can't wait to bring you more captivating stories. Until next time, keep on dreaming and keep on listening.